Hello and welcome to the Facing Your Fears, Turning Fear into Courage. Today we're going to talk about disruptors, disruptions, and how our peace and stability is being challenged. And it may not feel like that for everyone, but I do know with the work I do, I'm certainly getting a lot of it here in the office and from family members and people that I'm talking to. And I'm taking a deep breath as I think about disruptors or disruption. What it does, it creates change. And I think if we can look at this without fear, but also just realizing that things have to change on our planet, in our country, within ourselves. And I want you to look at within yourself, within your life. We're being nudged. We're being nudged by whatever you believe in spiritually, religiously, angels, guides, whatever, I'm sure you're feeling the nudge. And the nudge is saying, make something different happen. The earth is telling us that. Look at the floods and the heat and, all that's going on. And so I think of the animals and all that they're suffering from too. And we're just animals. So the interesting part is I've been thinking about how animals communicate. They don't use words. They're not going to listen to a podcast. They're going to sniff and listen and look and know what to do. They don't have these programs that we have that words create. Words create these programs that we have in our head. And I call the programs lies. The lies that we believe we're not good enough, we're not worthy, we're not unlovable, we're too much, whatever it might be. And animals and plants, they are just exactly who they are, whatever that is. A flower grows into a flower, and a bee grows into a bee, and a deer grows into a deer, and they don't worry about their weight or how they look or approval from their parents. Maybe a little bit of I see some animals get boxed in the ears or whatever. But, so what if we went back to our animal instinct of just loving beings? We're here to love and be loved. And we're going back to the disruptors. The disruptors are here to intensify and increase the love we have for ourselves, for our family and our neighbors, for, I'll say, our enemies, although I'm not so sure people are enemies. I really don't like that us against them kind of mentality. It's like we all need to wake up, and we are waking up at different rates and in different speeds. And the waking up means that we realize this planet is limited, our lives are limited, the amount of energy. I'm going to laugh about that because some of us have a lot of energy, but the amount of energy we have, the amount of time we have, it is limited for this part of the life experience. So look at your life. Is anything disrupting you? Is your sleep disrupted? Are your emotions disrupted? Are your relationships disrupted? Are you getting a push to do something different? And say we all took some time to look inside and go, what do I need to change? What is not working in my life? What could I do to bring more joy, more happiness, more positivity? Our lives would be better. And I'm smiling because I just remembered hearing this quote or saying that we are the only animal on the planet that hurts ourselves, except for I think they're called lemmings that walk off the side of the cliff if it gets too crowded. But look at, we hurt ourselves. We hurt ourselves with our thoughts. We hurt ourselves with our emotions. We hurt ourselves with these dramatic futures that we create in our head of, this terrible thing's going to happen if I don't have $5 million in the bank, or they're going to get me, or whatever it might be. They're all made up in our head. And believe me, I have compassion for homeless and for people where disaster has hit them. They're most likely not watching this podcast because they don't have computers, but I wish I could help all of them. But look at yourself. Challenges have happened. And the theory is if we learn from our challenges, we can make better choices, make a better future. If we're full of fear, we will not make good choices. We will stay paralyzed. We will stay powerless. We will stay in a state of the turtle in its shell. And if we don't let those traumas poison us, but we learn from them, life can be interesting, challenging, rewarding, actually fun. I know. So, even if you're not rich, even if you're not famous, the little things all matter. The butterflies that fly by and the hummingbirds and the coyotes that are on the trail and all that. They're all fun. And definitely the friends and people we have in our lives, if we think of the people we have and people come and go, but we're lucky to have them. And anybody who's had children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, we know how lucky we are. And so we can reframe everything. Let's go back to our basic nature. We are on this planet to love and be loved. What if that's all you need to do? And if you believe in your self-worth and you believe in the fact you're lovable and you're not too little or too much or anything like that, you just are who you are and you can fully be who you are, what a wonderful gift. I see and I've experienced myself where sometimes I get quiet and I think of why did I get so quiet? And it was because I was trying to figure out what do I say right now? And maybe what I had to do was give somebody a hug and it wasn't words that needed to be said, but a loving touch instead of words. We spend so much time talking and listening instead of just being. And I think sometimes we have to be by ourselves a whole lot to be comfortable in just being and not in doing. All right, disruptors. The disruptors on the planet right now are the weather, the political climate of what's going on, us against them or them against us or whatever might be going on. The news are it's disruptors. Physical symptoms are disruptors. Problems in relationships are disruptors. Not being able to sleep or bad dreams can be disruptors. The loss of somebody we love can be a disruptor, and our thoughts can be disruptors. Pick on one thing that you want to learn from that's going on in your life and decide who you're going to be in spite of the disruptors. Who are you going to be? I'll tell you, you came on this planet to be an amazing, wonderful, loving being, and stuff happened. And sometimes that love gets covered up, but we're going to bring it up because if we're in a state of love, fear disappears. What a wonderful feeling, right? So, deep breath. We're going to work on this together. Honor your disruptors as challengers to create a better you, a better future for the planet. And we can do this. I'm always saying that. Thank you for joining us. If you're having trouble with any of the disruptors in your life, call me, schedule an appointment. I'd love to help you. And we are turning fear into courage. We are courageous beings on this planet. Just the fact we came here at this time, we're courageous. All right, please take good care and thank you.